This one goes out to my ladies with daddy issues. And I'm not just talking about unhealed daddy issues. I'm talking about those of you that have had to dig yourself out of the ground after being buried in your parents' trauma grave. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, sorry, I'm just like literally taking a second because this message is so positive and so heavy at the same time. And I think that's like what really encapsulates it all is that, like, when I say that I'm talking to people that have literally been completely self made, I would even argue to say that if you're watching this, you would give no credit to who you are to your parents. You would say, I created this. I unlearned everything they taught me and I relearned everything that I knew was right for me. Like, I created who I am. I parented myself to be who I am. So that's so strong. And an archetype that I'm getting here, this is a love message, by the way, on what you're attracting, but we have to start with the basis of what you've experienced. You have always, Cancer could be significant, been the nurturing, patient person. No matter what you've gone through, especially in childhood, your father energy is coming through as a teenager, a teenage energy. King of Pentacles reversed with the Page of Wands. This is inconsistent, immature, insecure. So pretty much what I'm getting here is a lot of you guys could have had parents, earth signs could be significant for parents, but a manipulative, insecure energy where you are consistently having to over empathize, overly understand, and just overly explain yourself in a way where you're like coddling around someone else's emotions. So, pretty much, you're never heard. You are never heard. You never get to actually express the base of what you're feeling. The way that I honestly think that this manifested in other relationships for you is if you're in a connection with somebody, you attract someone or you've been with someone that is similar to this immature energy. Think of a teenage boy. A teenage boy, if he's insecure, especially with a woman, with a girl, he's going to pull away, so then she chases him. He doesn't really value women. He doesn't really know who he is. He doesn't know how to process heavy emotions. He doesn't know how to self-soothe, so he takes his emotions out on others. Like, literally a teenage boy. Like, that is what you grew up with. So a lot of you guys could have had really young parents. You could have had really emotionally immature parents. But for you, how this manifested is you've maybe even been in relationships with people that are similar to this archetype. So what I mean by this is you have at the base of your energy, you feel like you're not being taken care of, you feel like you're not being heard, and you feel like you're someone that is emotionally carrying a connection. But the way that you go about that is by overly explaining yourself, overly empathizing with the other person and where they're at, and trying to make sure that you can mother the situation so much that you get heard. So what I'm realizing right now, like when seeing this, is that what you're not expressing is how you feel. You're not expressing that you feel frustrated. You're not expressing that you don't feel seen. You're not expressing that you don't feel like this person is doing anything without you having to mother them. So you just mother. You mother as a way to cope with the fact that you have never been mothered. You have never been parented. And this is something that is, your guides are like, babe, we need you to realize this. Some of you guys could have, the Lovers with the Eight of Cups is out here, and I'm actually getting a message from this that some of you guys could have recently left a relationship. You could have gotten into something and realized a big version about yourself, realized something through the way that you connect, through the way that you give, through the what you deserve, what you believe you deserve. But ultimately, I think that a lot of you guys are in a space where you're at empathy burnout. And it's painful, but it's absolutely necessary because it's putting you in an emotion where you're feeling what you always felt growing up. You're literally feeling the depths of, like, I felt so alone. And literally right before this message, this is so significant to this, I wanted to go out on a bike ride and then come back and film this message. And literally right when I had that thought, it started, I'm not kidding you, downpouring outside. Like, downpouring. So a lot of you guys could right now be feeling like you just don't want to exist. And I don't mean that in like a suicidal way. I mean that in a way where it's like, I don't want to feel, I don't want to think, I just like want to coast. Like almost when you're like really drunk or you're like intoxicated on something, or like there's just literally this energy here of like, I just want to exist. I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to process. Like I'm so fucking overstimulated. And I want to say that is so valid. Like to an extent, allow yourself to be in that space, but also recognize when it becomes out of balance, because within that space, sometimes you need to sit in that want to like exist and just like let yourself cry. For real, like let yourself cry. So if you guys have a hard time doing that, that kind of is leading to the main part of this message, is that you're currently attracting somebody that is mirroring to you everything that you have ever given. I literally just burped as I'm saying this. And I'm talking about expression. You're attracting somebody that is going to pretty much give you not an option to not feel how your past made you feel. Pretty much. This is going to be somebody that is like kind and accepting, going with the flow. They're not clingy. This is like a secure attachment. So they're not jumping on you for like validation, but they're also not like pushing you away. It's just genuinely secure. I do believe that the people I'm speaking to right now have a secure attachment style, but you have tendencies of avoidant and anxious thoughts. You know not to act out of that space, but you know that those are there. Those things exist from your past. So this is pretty much somebody that quite literally, they don't make you over-explain yourself. Like this is going to be someone where when you talk to them, you're like over-explaining yourself and they're like, no, I get it. I understand. Like halfway through your explanation and you're like, I'm not used to that. Like usually I have to explain myself for 10 minutes for someone to understand me. Like you're going to literally be able to catch patterns that you have that were trauma formed while being in this person's energy. And something that's really important to recognize is that because there's almost a level of suppression that you're going through, it doesn't feel toxic. It feels like you're having a really, oh my God, it feels like you're having a really hard time feeling right now because you have just carried so many people. Like my heart really goes out to you if you guys resonate. That's literally so confirmation. My heart really goes out for you if you guys resonate with this message. So pretty much the universe wants to help you. Your guides see you so clearly. Like I think there's even a collective of you where you maybe have gone through phases where you believe that you're toxic, or you believe that you're avoidant, you believe you're narcissistic, like especially if you grew up with narcissistic parents. Something that is really important for you to recognize on how you're being perceived from your spirit team is like they just see you as so tired. Like when you're like, I just want to have a drink tonight and do nothing. Like you may be seeing that as like, oh my God, I'm so avoidant. They see that as like my poor baby. Like my poor baby, she is just so tired. Again, it actually makes me emotional right now thinking about it. Like she is so tired. And I say she, even if you're a man, because your feminine energy is what is so tired of nurturing and nurturing and nurturing and nurturing everybody and not ever receiving for yourself. So because they see you as like so tired, they're sending something into your life that gives you a big enough mirror and a big enough compass that you can't ignore your emotions. You can't. Even if you were to numb yourself, you can't numb yourself. So this is like someone that gives you so much love, so much attentive energy, so much mature energy, so much groundedness, so much like confidence, safety, compassion, that you have no choice but to literally relive emotionally what you relived in the past. This card here that's really speaking out to me when it comes to this person that's coming in, we have Nagas coming through, which is this is like a sexual card. Thumbnail. I'm just kidding. Actually, not kidding. But it's coming through here. The next card is the Six of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands. And both of these cards are orange. So your sacral is what is being healed. But what the reason it's so healing is because somebody else is coming in with the strength that you have embodied your whole entire life. And this card says, the unending sadness of looking back. It says endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, and negative nostalgia. Negative nostalgia. It's 36, which adds up to 9, which is about closing out cycle. It's like 9 minutes and 33 seconds right now as I'm like filming this video actually. So negative nostalgia. Why that's sticking out to me so much is because, like I said, this is not somebody that is toxic. This is not somebody that makes you feel bad. But after hanging out with this person, after seeing this person, you will feel the effects. You will feel maybe a little down, you'll feel a little sad, maybe you'll have dreams or you're processing certain things, but not because this person is taking from you, not because the energy is toxic, but because they're giving you a compass to something different than everything you've ever experienced. It's like, you're like, whoa, I've never been so nurtured in my life. And then it makes you realize how much you're carrying on your own, like how much you're doing by yourself. It's like extremely painful. And I just want to say, like, the level of darkness that comes through with this message, seriously, like you've been so alone. Like, so alone. Like, I'm even literally, you could be crying. Like, you could literally be, like, when you're watching this message, you could be tearing up. You could feel like you have a bubble in your throat. Like, I'm not kidding you. Use this message as a release. Like, cry. Like, I see you. Literally cry it out. Like, I see you so much. I see you so much. The energy's dark, and I see how much you've carried by yourself. I don't just see it, like, I see it, all right? I'm reading it right now in my body. So something that is also important is that I don't even think that you just have a surface level connection with your father. I think you have a past life with your father. Like, I don't know exactly what it was, and honestly, I don't want to get, like, too deep into that, but I do think that you have a weird connection with your father, which what made it honestly so difficult is that when this person would be, like, immature or they would be, like, not loving you in a certain way, you are so loving. It's like you were, like, sent into their life to just be this ball of light no matter what, and which made you, like, dishonor who you were, right? So, but there's something here, there's like a codependent energy. So the energy that you have towards your dad is so deep and loving, but such a trauma bond. Like, it is such a trauma bond, and it is coming through as avoidance. Like, your dad is definitely coming through as avoidance. The person that's coming through for you is Taurus energy. Okay, so this is literally luxury, comfort, slowness, patience, grounded, like daddy energy. Literally, I would say Taurus is absolutely like daddy energy. And you're coming through with Cancer, which is like mommy energy, which is pretty much telling me, I feel like some of you are crying right now. My nose is running. Like, I'm not kidding you. And I was also going to say, usually Cancer's the dad, Cancer is the mom, Capricorn is the dad. And I literally just cut my deck to Capricorn as I'm saying that, which is confirming that this is like mom and dad energy. This is absolutely mom and dad energy. So something about this person's friends or their community or their family is also going to be really important and healing for you. I'm going to get right into this tarot deck because I was seeing it so clearly in my head before. I already have a bunch of cards out here, but I feel like I need to pull more. So I'm going to keep going. Like, baby, you got to feel it. You got to feel it. It's like such a message here. And somebody is literally coming to help you. Like, they're literally going to help you process. And it's not going to be like an easy, like, oh my God, fun. This connection is so fun. It's like I hang out with this person and then I'm like having childhood nightmares after. And it's like, in order to receive this love, you have to process this. And I'm not saying receive it for it to come into your life. I'm saying receive it in your heart. Receive it emotionally. Oh my God, you guys are so independent. You guys are so independent here. 9 of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. This is exactly what I'm saying is a lot of you don't even realize how independent you are. Like, I'm saying this is, you can know something until you know. Like, if you read about depression in a book, you know, you're going to talk to someone, you're going to be like, okay, like, I know it's hard for you, but just, like, get up. You know, like, just get up. Like, just get up. But if you experience depression yourself, you can know how to heal it and you can have been through it. But when you've been through it, you know that person can't just get up. Like, it's not that easy. So there's such a difference between, like, knowing something and then actually knowing it in your heart from experiencing it. That is where you are with, like, knowing that you're independent, knowing you've carried everything for yourself, but you haven't actually experienced it in your body because you've literally never actually truly received from anyone besides yourself. And I'm not even just putting this on people in your past. You maybe have experienced friendships that, like, wanted to give to you or that tried to give to you, but you didn't know how to receive. You didn't know how. You're at the space now where your guides are literally putting this into your life because you are ready to recognize your discomfort, process your emotion, and allow yourself to receive. Like, you're ready to do that right now. But it's going to be messy, and I think that's something that you'll have a hard time doing. I think you have a hard time being messy. OMG. This is literally about this nurturing energy here. The Justice, the High Priestess in the reverse position with the Empress reversed. You guys are so used to analyzing someone else's feelings that you don't even recognize your own. You're literally used to a connection where you consistently have to help someone else and nurture someone else and show up for someone else and have empathy for someone else that you literally don't even recognize how you're feeling. You won't recognize when you're drained. You won't recognize when you're tired until it's too late and you've reached like a mass burnout. There is an insane disconnect from your intuition that you don't even realize, because I really feel that you are so intuitive, whoever you are. You're insanely intuitive. But your intuition goes so much deeper than you realize, but you can't reach it right now because there's a trauma block in your heart center. Like, that's seriously how it's coming out. Like, there is a block in your center that this person is sending to. Something about your crown, like your perspective, the way that you're seeing things is something that it needs to change. With the Justice, and that being Libra. Libra is the 7th house, which is partnerships and relationships, but it's also Libra with the Justice being about balance. Like, this is literally about you recognizing a disconnect to what real balance feels like. This has to do with your inner child. You're finally getting off of the carousel. Like, there's a song called Julie. Oh my God. And it's by like Meryl Brandbook. I can't even remember her name right now, but it's called Julie. And just like, Julie, Julie, won't you worry? You're riding on a carousel. And it's like, you don't lead. You're just not leading anywhere. This 10 of Pentacles, literally look at this. I've never seen this before, but she's actually leaving the carousel. Because when you're on the carousel, you're having fun, but you're just going in circles and circles and circles and circles. She's riding a donkey, like you're actually leaving. Like you're finally breaking out of this cycle here. You're seeing things clearly. But it's coming from a masculine energy. And I've been getting so many heavy love messages recently. Like, it's coming through really loud, like romance and love, because I think so many of you guys have reached the point of your independence where you are manifesting something because it's the next level to your growth. Like, you literally can't learn anything without truly receiving from someone else. Like, you've given yourself everything that you want, but you can't truly relax into that unless you're receiving it from somebody else. Like, you have given so much to your family as a child. Like, I have to say this, that even if you are someone that doesn't talk to your family anymore, you're not close with your family anymore, maybe you have a tendency to people please, maybe you have a tendency to have a lot of empathy for your family, and I want to say that is kind and beautiful and amazing, but this message is giving you permission to be authentic with how you really feel, because you have already given so much. You already give so much. But it's like, I don't even think you realize how much you hold for your parents. Some of you guys might have rebuilt a relationship with your parents, or you're talking to your parents now, but there is literally this energy here of, even though I'm reconnected with them and I'm happy to have them in my life now and they're better than they were when I was a child, in some way, shape, or form, I am still creating a cocoon of safety for them to step up the way that I need them to. They're not just stepping up, you're creating a cocoon of safety for them to do so. So like, that's kind of the energy here, is in some way you are still being the nurturer, which is why it's like you don't clearly see it, because you haven't ever received anything different. You literally don't know anything different. There's an inner child version of you that is like actually dying. That's like, I love you so much and I'm so sorry you experienced this, but we need to move somewhere else. Like, we can't be here anymore. This isn't safe anymore. King of Pentacles is coming out twice. It first came out reversed for your father energy, and now it's coming out upright for this new person that's coming in to help you. So with the Ace of Swords coming through, we have the Queen of Swords, the Tower with the World. This is exactly what I'm saying here, guys. This is new. Like, this is something that is a completely new cycle. The transformation and healing that you are going to gain from this connection is not just going to be like, even if this isn't something that lasts a super long time, or it is something that lasts a super long time, regardless of the end destination, you are going to learn something through this that absolutely changes the way that you attract and receive in relationships. This is like a relationship wake-up call, seriously. So try to detach from the outcome when and if this person comes into your life, if they're already in your life, and truly allow yourself to receive the way that you never have and process your emotions if you need to process. Come back to this video if it like helps you cry, if it helps you feel your feelings, because seriously, this is like so special. I love you guys so much. If you want to book a personal reading with me or join my membership, the link is down below. I will see you, Straubs, in my next video. I'm sending you so much love.